Today we're going to be talking about things that you need to know to get the best experience out of school, to minimize time wastage on things that don't concern you, and to go through this stage of life with your head held high because you know that you are informed about things most people your age don't know and end up regretting not knowing about later on. Number one, keep your secrets. Now, there's this horrible stereotype. I don't know if it's a stereotype, but there's this horrible thing that Netflix and other TV shows make us believe where basically if you have a friend, that friend should know everything about you, you to your house, you to your family, you to your health and back. And that just isn't true. No matter which type of friend you have, there's certain information that person has no business knowing about. For example, your family issues, your health, if you have a cold or something like that, that's completely different from you having a private health issue. That doesn't give people an excuse to treat you badly, but because of the world we live in now, basically health issues that you would want to keep private, friends have no business knowing about that. Your family issues, those are your family problems. You need to keep your secrets. Learn how to keep your mouth shut. Sometimes you express things because you know that, because you want to feel comforted, you want to feel like you are not alone, you want somebody to help you to feel better with this secret. You don't want to be holding it all by yourself. But the truth of the fact is that you need to learn how to find comfort within yourself. You need to stop telling yourself that telling you that is going to make you feel better, because you see that saying of a problem told or a problem, yes, basically a problem told is a problem half solved. I don't believe it at all. I don't believe it. Most of your friends can't actually solve your problems. I'm not saying to keep everything to yourself and to be like a closed off person, but you see that thing of telling people things that don't concern them, issues, secrets that you know you're supposed to keep to yourself because you believe that this is best friends forever. You don't know anybody. If you fight, it's going to become a problem because that person has just revealed it about you. Don't let it become a blackmail situation whereby you are holding their secret, you are holding yours, and it's like a trade-off thing. Of, oh, if they talk about me, I just talk about them back. Talking about them back doesn't change the fact that your own information is still out there. It might help you feel better, but it doesn't change it. So don't even let it get to that. Just don't talk about it. Keep your secrets to yourself. Next, understand that the outside isn't the inside. In this day and age of social media, saying that everybody's oppressed is an understatement. There's nothing you will not see. New clothes, cars, scarves, everything is outside, and it's, but the thing you want to remember is that it's actually all on the outside. So everyone you meet, you only actually have an outsider's view. You don't know them down to their soul or down to their bones. You only know what the person chooses to show you. That your friend that always comes up looking nice, looking, sparkling, glimmering, latest shoes, latest this, latest that. That is what she has chosen to put out there. You don't know what's going on in her house, in her home, with her finances. Just because you see her with that many things doesn't mean is that friend that is involved in things that she quote unquote probably should not be involved in, and you think that she's being cool. You don't know whether that's her struggle, whether she's struggling to stop, whether what is truly going on. So don't go about making yourself believe that this person is doing so well because they are doing this and this. Their life is going amazing. If I do this, I'll be like them. If I follow them, I'll be perfect too. I'll be happy too. You don't know who is happy. You don't know who is unhappy. So don't believe everything you see outside. Even the lives that you see outside, a lot of them are fake. The Oscar awards they are giving is not good enough for them because the way they will act. And then you go about making yourself feel like you are not doing well, you are not doing enough, you are not cool just because some people's children have decided to come out and present themselves a certain way, which is honestly their choice. Like, don't be like, oh, this person is lying to me, this person is being fake. They want to be fake, it's actually their choice. And as much as you might not like it, it doesn't change the fact that it's their business, it's their life. People don't even realize how other people see them. So when you tell them, you'll be like, I didn't even know you saw me this way, or like stuff like that. Basically, the way you view people most of the time isn't really what they actually are. So just remind yourself that anytime you feel like maybe you're not doing well, you're not doing enough, this person's life is so this or is so that. This third one is one that is almost never talked about, but basically just to be a nice and respectful person. Now, I won't, that nice in and of itself is pretty debatable because I would say nice is going an extra mile, and that's not completely necessary, but be kind and be respectful. The truth of the fact is that being mean, you only ever regret it, even if you don't need that person's help later on in life. I genuinely believe that the extra effort you can put in might not always be necessary, but there's a bare minimum you should do. responding to people politely. You don't have to like people to respond to them politely. You don't have to like them. I've honestly, that's something I realized relatively recently, that you don't, I might not like this person despite the fact that she's older than me and she knows this much more than me, but you should still be respectful to the person, still be polite. You don't have to go out of your always to be like, ah, this your dress is so nice, I love your shoes, blah 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 blah, being such a nice and approachable person. That's not necessary. Being a good person is so understated these days, and even if you don't like somebody, being polite is the bare minimum. That helps you to grow up with values that you can genuinely appreciate. Because when you grow up and you start to try and inculcate these things of like being a polite person, but because when you were growing up, like in this stage of your life, you were just so rude, so impolite. You've gotten used to it, and now even in important conversations with important people, you can't even conduct yourself, you can't even control yourself because you haven't learned self-control in the past. You've only learned, oh, I don't like her, so I will behave badly towards her. My next tip is to study. I've heard so many people having conversations of how basically the greatest people in the world these days are not the people who study. They didn't go to school, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, so why should I study? Why should I pay attention? Some people even create religious reasons. Like, it's crazy. They'll be like, since everything, we're all going to die and go to heaven, we should not study. Like, what? Look, studying is important. Studying helps you to build self-discipline. Studying teaches you self-learning. You see all these skills, you see all these people that are reading and studying all day, the ones that most people refer to as nerds. That discipline is going to help them in other areas of their life. That ability to develop the self-control to make themselves sit down and read when they don't feel like it, when they are tired, when they don't feel their best, is going to transform into hard work later on in their lives. See, that thing of knowing how to make themselves learn. People learn in different areas. Personally, I know that I learn best by reading. I'm not a very visual person. I like pictures, but like, I really do enjoy reading a lot, and I know that there are some people like that, but most people, they don't even a lot of people don't even study, so they would never know how they just know that they pick up a book, they don't understand, so they leave it. Experiment, find out what helps you to learn. Self-learning is one of the most important skills out there. You see, self-learning, the ability to teach yourself and learn things by yourself, because as much as chemistry and biology might not be directly applicable in your life, even in what you want to study, or English or mathematics, that ability of you to know how to teach yourself in a way that you understand, to pick up a book and be like, okay, I know that if I read this, I won't really understand, but maybe when somebody teaches me, I'll partially understand. And I read best in groups. People only discover that when they've experimented, when they've tried, not when they're just sitting around being like, I'm going to make it big. I don't even intend on using books what am I going to use Pythagoras theorem for in my life? No, it's the ability to teach yourself. Another tip that I have, find hobbies. When you leave school and you start life, you're going to realize that you're going to have some free time that you don't know what to do with it. And you might even think of starting a business or doing something, but you don't know what to start because you don't know what you like, you don't know what you don't like. If you have access to old clothes, try and see if you like tailoring. Get threads, needle, those little things, put it together, see what you like doing, what you like making. It doesn't even have to be something like making, it can be designing, which is also like making. It can be baking, it can be sewing, it can be tech. You see all this coding, check, experiment. A lot of people just assume they're not going to like things because of the outlook of it, but when they start it, they're like, oh my god, I can't believe this, I really like this much. Pick up something and learn. Pick up something and see if you like it. Don't just look at it and be like, because my friend didn't like it and my friend went for it and said this. I'm not saying you shouldn't take people's opinions, take them, but make sure you try for your own self, because you are the only one who can find out if you truly like something or not. You might not have access to a lot of hobbies, to experiment with a lot of hobbies. Like if you live in, let's say, California, Africa, for example, you might not have access to snowboarding, but you have access to other things that are in front of you. Try them. Do you like baking? Gender is not a restriction. Don't be like, oh, I'm a guy, I can't bake, I can't cook. Well, like, this is 2023. Don't even start. If you have any questions, please comment it down below. Thanks for watching. Please like, and yeah. I like my skin today.